Good morning now, little singing bird. It's been a while since your song's been heard. I've got your coffee and your breakfast made. I miss you so, I sure hope you can stay. Hey, hey. I wanna hear about the place.
Just to get to you. Back for all these years, fighting wars, holding jars full of tears. Couldn't seem to get it quite right. Now I'm dancing with the morning light. Take my hand, I'll hold it close. Stay right here like no one knows. Let the wind sweep us off and take us where it goes. Only time can tell if this will end. We can sit for a while. I don't wanna miss this again. I don't wanna miss you again. I don't wanna miss you. my old friend. Have you lost where you're going? Hey, my dear friend, are you too tired to love again? You stormed out and took your bag so fast you left your coat. Remember the one you wore that night in Ontario? I still think about those days in the stillness of our